I've been drinking water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel? Don't you feel?
And welcome back to the channel. The VAG Technic still in the garage. Beautiful weather outside this morning, -4, killing it. And we have episode number 2 with the Porsche, which we're going to take the engine out. We've seen the first video, we've done a diagnostic, we've done a compression test, we checked the car from underneath, we did find the oil leak, we did find a bit of a cracky rubber bushing on the suspension, and a few other issues which are probably coming up. So in this video we're going to do a bit of a more detailed footage how the engine is removed. Mr. Philip already started, he's not messing about. And we will talk you through how the engine was removed, what we see, what we have in the look, all the components which are coming off, in what condition they'll be, in what condition they should be, and in case if they are in bad condition, we will tell you why we want to change them. So let's get to it. Okay, so from the top, Philip is already removing the ECU. You also disconnect the main positive cable from here. Audi have it somewhere here, pretty much similar space. And the ECU is already coming out. We have 5 connectors. From the top, the difference from the Audi, much more space, bigger engine bay. The coolant tank, I do really like it how it's placed on the side because you can actually see how much coolant do you have. And I think we don't even have to remove this crossbar, but can actually stay there. There's no reason to remove it. So from the top we will be taking off this main vacuum hose pipe. We have these 2 coolant pipes, and I believe only one needs to be disconnected from here. And also we have to take off all these hoses from the intercooler. So that's from the top, and before we actually start disconnecting the coolant, we're gonna drain the coolant up along with oil probably. That would be a good idea. Times. So the owner told me yesterday he was doing oil change 3 times. It's a bit darker, but the Miller oil is like a bit more darker. So probably actually it can be. Need to meet the spec, yeah? Wanna see the guy changing the tire next to the road. Probably very soon, don't wanna say, he will need the new pads and also discs, unfortunately. More investment. I don't think the wrapping company was taking the covers off. So we took the cover off from this wheel arch. Reason why, we have these main connectors here. This is probably for alternator starter motor, and then we have another 2 connectors. This is again for starter motor, alternator, and probably signal for the starter and alternator. That's all disconnected. We have a wiring ground over there. That's gotta come off. And from this side, don't worry, this is not leaking, that's just wet, probably from the snow, water or something, it's a bit dirty. And we have to disconnect the hoses from the intercooler on this side. Also the suspension, we are always removing it from the bolts from the chassis. However, in this case, because we have a S suspension, I don't think that the bolts will actually come out because they're too long. So I think we will struggle with the long bolt to leave the suspension arms in place and disconnect it from there. Also, because we want to keep the whole strut in place, we will be taking the strut off from the lower suspension arm from there. Drop link is part of the subframe with the whole sway bar, so that will be disconnected from there. And actually all this will come off with the hub, that will come off, the rest of it will stay on the subframe with the engine. Spinning! Amazing! Wow! So here's the bolt. Reason why it's always getting stuck, why it's getting hard, because this diameter is wider where actually the ball joints for it, and if you have oxidation inside you just can't get through it. When on the older ones it was same diameter till the thread, and if you just spin it, it will sort of take all the dirt out, you can take it out, but this one is absolutely pain in the ass. Luckily this one wasn't that bad. Okay, update. So we managed to take out the bolt from this side, which was a bit of a more pain than the other. Mr. Caliper is hanging here, that's all off, along with the brake disc and the shield. So I think it's done from this side. Right now, next up will be the drop link and the strut from the lower arm. From the other side, we have not done, only the bolt. We still have to do the caliper, brake disc and everything. Stand back, slower. Fail. For the air conditioning compressor. Okay, so what is taken off so far? This caliper, managed to sort out the bolt. We have to remove the power steering, the track rod ends from the hub because the bolt from the suspension didn't want to come out. Air compressor is off. We also disconnect the loom from this side to the engine mount and to the solenoid. I have a coolant dripping on my forehead because why not? Also the pipe from this side, one pipe from the intercooler, second pipe from the intercooler, and also the whole wiring is disconnected from this side. We still have left few things from underneath. Of course, these brackets, you gotta take them off because that is connecting the subframe to the slam panel. So if you're gonna drop the subframe, you can't have them on there. Philip is meanwhile doing here connector, the lead removal. I'm not sure if you have to disconnect it because that's part of the loom. It's going on the chassis. Oh, okay, yeah. Do it then, do it. And we still have to do the neutral emergency release cable, which is there, that's staying. We still have to do the prop shaft, which is just on a clip, I believe it is. And then from the top, we still have to disconnect few hoses from the coolant, which are over there. The reservoir gotta come off because the mine loom is going to the top, that gotta be removed. And I believe then we should be able to actually take the engine out somehow. And meanwhile, Miroslav stripped down a RS5 engine. This is the result of a failing heat exchanger for the turbos or intercoolers, let's call it. And unfortunately, it was a catastrophic internal engine failure. So this will be dropped to the machine shop to be checked. And meanwhile, Philip disconnect all the loom, the connectors from the gearbox for the module, and we will continue with the emergency cable.
I had 74 gig.
Oh, fuck. So Mr. Philip finished everything from the bottom. Now he is moving to the top of the engine straight away, disconnecting the throttle body, what he started disconnecting from underneath. So still one hose, second hose, the whole throttle body will come out for better access if we have to manipulate with the engine. And what we have left from the top, vacuum over there, coolant over there, the reservoir over there, and all this should be unscrewed from there, and the whole wiring loom will come out from underneath over there. So exhaust is staying on the turbos as it is. I don't think there's anything else what should be in the way from the top, so I believe anytime soon, 3, 2, 1, engine is out. And if I wouldn't film the whole process, it will just be like time lapse like this.
I've been drinking water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. I won't hide to break apart. Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn,
And we have a engine out of the vehicle, finally. So it took a bit longer because the whole engine is inserted into the chassis a bit different way than we used to. So it's just take a bit longer to actually make sure everything is disconnected, everything is removed, so nothing is broken after the removal. And the engine is out. When you look at from this perspective, it looks pretty much the same, but there are some obvious differences. So the first difference from the front, it's the intake manifold, how it is done from the turbos. So the RS have them all together going to the heat exchanger. You can now nicely see how they're going left to right to the intercoolers, and then actually back to the one throttle body and to the left and right into the cylinder head manifold. Also, the other differences, what we did spot, this have a damper on engine mount on this side, and also on the other side. There's only one on the RS5 for some reason. Then when you look at the engine, the gearbox is longer. It's the same gearbox still there, but this one have this extra bit here, which I believe is because of the module which is on the side. So it must be like some kind of a lock for the gearbox, so it's a permanent four-wheel drive and it needs to be. And that means the exhaust gotta be longer. So this is a different part of the exhaust compared to the Audi. Engine-wise, there is a pump over there, what Audi have as well, but there's an additional pump from this side, which is over there, which the Audis don't have. Also, the gearbox don't have these covers from the top, not a small difference, but I believe internally the engine will be the same. It's a different engine code. The Audi one 2.9 is a DECA, and this one is DCA. So that's the engine code on the bonnet. So yeah, right now this will be the end of the video how the engine was removed. I'm not sure if the video is very helpful to anyone, because you gotta physically see it, be here to be able to work on it and go through the process of removing. Someone hopefully will appreciate it. It will be helpful how to remove the engine. In the next video we will be stripping it fully down, which means the engine loom gotta be removed. We'll be taking the rear timing chain covers off the whole intake because we gotta do the carbon cleaning. We will see the state of the carbon buildup on the intake valves, which nobody knows for now. And we will also reveal the condition of the timing chains, camshaft adjusters and everything. And of course see if the rocker arm did actually fail, if the car was diagnosed correctly or not. That's a big if as well. And we will be talking to the customer like what we think needs doing, see what will be his decision. So yeah, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video, guys, and take care for now. See ya.
The only problem now is it's finance-wise, it's a big hit to me as well, you know?
I know.
Because right now I'm 50-50 in between selling the car or keeping it, you know?